going to round it off to 200%. This will be an interesting one. Just talks about something that really annoys the jack out of me. Okay, let's see what we have here to photocopy. It is Pigs May Fly, a pair of socks. And pigs represent financial greed, which is something I have a real hatred for. And the photocopier industry is full of it. Absolutely chock full of corporate greed. And I have no respect for the industry at all anymore, folks. I used to love the industry. I used to love the photocopier industry. But nowadays I just have no respect for it. And I wipe my bum all over them, folks. And that's come up looking really quite interesting so far. But I don't have the right colour scheme. I do think red's the wrong colour. I really have a hatred for this corporate greed. People like myself would like to make the photocopier a lot better and the world a lot better by doing what we're passionate about. But the people who are known as toner heads, photocopier nerds and geeks, we are called toner heads, like the ink, the powdered ink that goes into these machines. And it's like it runs in our blood. You could say we have toner in the blood. Now that's gone cool for some reason. It's gone a fucking horrible cold colour with that colour. But the photocopier industry is so fucking horrible, folks. Sorry about the language in this public place. But I really have no respect for the industry, folks. I don't have any respect for any of the corporate people, citizens who work in the industry who just care about money. I really have no respect for them, folks. I don't have any respect. I used to be a fangirl of many companies, including Xerox, Konica, or what was called Konica Ubix before it became Konica Minolta. And I really used to respect the industry, and now I just don't. I do not like this colour scheme, folks. If we had better technology, we'd have more customisable features instead of this shit, folks. We'd have better control over these equipments. So I'm just trying to use my intuition to make this come up a treat. But I want to redesign the photocopier from scratch, folks. And one of the things I'd like to introduce is customisable features like being able to download software off the internet to improve the functionality of these equipments. Just trying to decide which one I want to use to make it reverse back to positive. I'm just trying to decide, folks. Maybe this one. I don't know how this is going to work, folks. I don't know if this is really worth it. Trying my best to make this one come up a treat. Trying to decide, folks. Maybe yellow. I don't know how this is going to work, folks, but I really wish the photocopier industry would change, but I know it won't because they're just greedy piglets. that run the entire industry and running it into the ground. Now that's come up looking really quite interesting, this brown colour. I don't know how it's going to work, folks. I'm going to try yellow. Yellow's probably going to look shit. I'm just going to put it there. These piglets are really annoying, folks. But the entire photocopier industry should be put on notice. And I forgot to take off the enlargement. So, yeah. See how that looks. That looks shit house, folks, because we had it on enlarge. We meant to maybe just to have it on 100%. And I do think we can change the hue a bit. But these machines are just absolute crap. The way they just don't care about the environment because they want you to upgrade, or should I say, change the hardware very frequently, like every 5 years or every 3 years. They like you to do what's called upgrading, but upgrading is just another word for replace the hardware. The software doesn't change. It stays from every season to season. The software stays the same. So you don't get any real improvement in functionality or anything. You just get fucking software. Your software just stays the same. So I don't know what colour we're going to make this. If we're going to keep it this colour, or maybe I could change the colour to something different. I'm going to go yellow, folks. But I really get angry at the whole industry, and Konica Minolta R&D are a piece of crap, just like any company that makes photocopiers. In fact, they're actually taking features off their machines. They're actually making less features because they think that it's going to make it easier for people to use, to take out the features, but it's just going to ruin the ability to adjust the quality of the image like I'm doing here. So I'm just finding this one really difficult, folks. This is really piggishly difficult. I'm going to do something else, folks. I'm going to move them back and forth, or just across. Yeah, we should stretch the piglets. We just made the piglets look even worse. Just made it look crappy, folks. I seem to be challenging myself more and more to more difficult types of originals, folks. Really is quite a challenge what I do here with these copier systems that I utilise. And that looks a bit better. These piglets look like they're starting to fly. Which one are we going to utilise? Going to utilise this. I'm going to make it into a marble piece. We're going to get outrageous, folks, with these piglets. I do think we're going to try it again with this one. I do think, folks.
So we have a new system. So what you can do, we now send packing slips, which do not
I knew this was going to be a piggishly difficult one, folks. Yeah, they look quite reasonable. I think we'll use that.
And the shipping details and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, but if you can't find it, there's some of the email
I don't know how it's going to look, folks. Often when I think something's going to look bad, it often looks better than I expected, folks. Got to keep that in mind with my art. This is really challenging art, but I'd like to redesign the photocopier from scratch. I want there to be artificial intelligence plus customizable features, as I said, from the internet. You can download from the internet, like from an app store, like what you have with Google Play or Apple iTunes, but only tons better than what this shit typically is. So, I really want to see a change in the industry, and I want there to be less emphasis on the love of money, or no emphasis on no love of money. Love of money is excluded from this new order. And they say out of chaos comes a new order, folks, and that's what I want to do, is change the way the industry works. From the top down, I want to be CEO, as well as being the person who prototypes these newfangled systems. I want to have full control over the product, and this has come up looking better with the dot matrix original. So this is what we've got here. We're going to utilise it, folks, I do think. But I really hate the way the industry is run at this stage. It really is a full-on piglet-run industry from top to bottom. And they've got a lot. I do believe there's slave labour going on in the photocopier industry, including Konica Minolta. And they don't care about their workers. And one of the things I want to do is I want all our copier systems to be I want the company to be Australian owned fully, 100%. Australian designed. The copier systems will be Australian designed, 100%, and Australian made, 100%. The only thing from overseas will be the raw materials to help clear up the electronic waste and the waste dumps of the world. To use recycled materials in our copier systems as much as we can. We're not interested in using virgin materials whenever possible, or mined materials. We mine from rubbish dumps. We don't mine from the ground. We don't mine from nature. We save that for the future, or only use it when there's no other way. I just really hate the way the industry is, and we want our hardware to last 60 years at least, or around that time, before it needs to be replaced. So we keep it in service for like 60 or so years, and we make sure that it lasts about that time, give or take a few years perhaps. We'll have to think about it in the future, but this has come up looking really quite interesting. And my name is Daria Andre Huddy, and I'm the photocopier artist behind this. And Channel 9, I want you to play this because I want to have this revolution start ASAP. The planet needs it, so gotta go. We're running out of time, but basically, yeah, we've got to think of the future and not think of the dollars. Yeah, gotta go.